Okay, this is my second attempt because I know they were gonna try to like rewire something else. But you know, when I hear these perps making noise campaign every time they want me to be like I'm scared of being, I need to identify. It's part of the brainwashing. Tag Mitchell, please don't identify with this manipulation. Please let that. If you get anything from my videos, know that your brain is being altered in ways for you to have sexual arousals, and they want you to identify with this manipulation. You are being rewired and manipulated in ways that's degrading. With me, for example, I not only know I'm being manipulated, I'm starting to even realize, oh, you even give me the sexual stimulation I used to have, or when I was like 8, 9 years old, when I was like humping the couch, or when me and my friends were like pressed against each other. To make me feel like this is something they're just now manipulating me. It's like, are you fucking this? These perps are disgusting. And every time they do that, they slam the door. Bah! What are you watching here is a show. It was not a show. I follow this guy, a YouTuber. He's in Africa, and you see these little kids there. I think one's a little boy, but I think the little one is like a little girl. I think from afar, it's hard to distinguish. I think only by clothes. And it's funny when they would try to create this mental battle. It's like, nah, okay, if it's a little girl, it's true. If it's a little boy, it's not true. And they really want you to have this mental battle. It's like, either way, boy, little girl, it's you guys manipulate my brain. It can be a boy, it can be a girl. And the reason why, and they want me to like really think this way. It's like, no, this sexual stimulation is only happening because you make my brain have these experiences. And the most disgusting part is you even try to make me have an experience that's similar to what I was experiencing when I was like 8, 9 years old. When I'm me pressing myself against my when you're kids, like little boys, right? You get this like initial like sexual arousal, like when you're like 7, 8, 9, and you start humping things around. And I remember there's like a time when me and my friends will all have like, it was all like that, the same age group. And they give me this feeling. I'm like, oh my gosh. You really want... And they try to create something that you can be like identifying it with. It's so nasty. And so this little African kids, they start doing that intensely toward these babies. And like, no, we're mining. That's when that terminology comes in. When in truth is they're just making you have an experience that they want you to have. And some of that experience is like the way they want you to experience something that makes you feel like you experienced it as a child. I'm like, what? Like when me and let's just say Bryce and Juan were all little 9-year-old, 8-year-old pressing against each other. But you're applying that toward these little babies? To try to give me something that... there's a time because, in this program, they not only manipulate your memory, they can access your memories and manipulate your memories. I remember when they called me, they used to say, oh, you're a little boy, you're a little gay boy. And they're referring to the time when I was... with my little friends. We're doing these things. And they're using this sexual stimulation that you can feel, that's similar to what you feel when you're like an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old. And apply that to these babies and be like, no, we're mining. It's so foul. They're mimicking those to make you think that you're not being manipulated. And every time they were doing that, there's some guy who makes noise. I'm like, you a clown trash. I am so unfazed by it. I don't even understand why they even still do it. It's not even... It's obsolete now. It's done. That phase of me being scared when somebody making noise campaign is done. I don't even understand that at that point that concept doesn't work. I'm sure if you're in the brainwashing method, will change to something else. Okay, we slam the doors, everything. He's not going with it. He's somewhere else at this point. What kind of other things we would do? As a target individual, what you have to know that you are just being rewired and manipulated. They can make you have sexual arousals, and that's disturbing. And with me, not only they make me have sexual arousals, sometimes they try to mimic sexual arousals that feel like you experienced when you were a kid. like a young kid, like an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old in second grade, to try to make you accepting of these things. And then they have this trash making noise campaign, and then immediately they start disorienting you. It's like, oh, we'll frame you. Yes, yes, yes. You're disorienting me because you know this experience is what you make me experience. And on top of that, you want me to identify with this, and you disorienting me because it's brainwashing. And this trash framing you are making you have sexual arousals that's so disturbing. And aim those toward children. And the sexual arousal they make you have, they can be different variations of sexual arousal. Sometimes they could just make you have sexual arousals, just like I said, pure sexual arousals of not trying to mimic anything that you experienced when you were a child. As in, sexual arousal that is not like something they want you to think that you experienced when you were a kid. But just like, and then sometimes they make you have this different like sexual arousal where they want you to think, oh, but remember that's the sexual arousal you used to have when you were a kid. But aiming it toward children. The sexual arousal that when you were in second grade, when you and your friends are all together, dude, or when you're playing mom and dad in third grade, when you're like 9 years old, and then it's supposed to break you down. So they were making me have this sexual, and then it's like they wanted me to like grab myself. I was like, oh, I know what you guys doing. This is not what. And then right now making me think of me when I'm like 13, 14 years old. What I did to myself, which is not this sexual arousal they make me feel today. They just try to concoct things to make me identify with this manipulation. Not too long ago, they did that toward a album cover that I used to be able to watch normally. After that, I see these kids. I think one's a boy, one's a little girl. And they try to create a mental battle. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to take a screenshot of whatever gender these kids are. This manipulation is a manipulation that is falsified. They're making me experience. I would not have this experience if it was a little girl or little boy. And I never experienced that like that when I was a child. And why would I even be identifying to something that you tell me I experienced when I'm an 8-year-old? Trash ass. It's clear that their agenda is to make you have sexual arousals and try to camouflage them through your childhood or either way, however they could do it, and then call it mining. Target video, I will make these videos as much as I can until I can't. It will never happen where I think I'm not being manipulated. I will put that in their faces. They are able to make you have sexual arousals of all nature, make you have sexual climaxes, and they can make you feel something that you think you experienced when you were a kid. And call we mapped it. No, you are manipulate my brain to make me have an experience that I would not experience if I was not being manipulated. And I will never let this retard think that you tell me that you make me have an experience that I experienced when I'm in third grade and second grade. Stay strong and understand these trash are low lives that will get theirs. This manipulation are meant to break you down. Do not identify with this. It is an altered, manipulated experience that will not be experienced unless your brain is being rewired. And this is what they do. And then they try to gaslight you. This trash will not live their fantasy. I'll say that a million times. Every time I see a little girl, a little boy, whatever, a child, and they do that, I will make videos of it at one point or another. I will know it's going to happen again. I know their job is to make me have these experiences, and this will experience it. I will be experiencing that again. You're going to try to make me believe that I'm not being manipulated. You're going to use languages, and I'm talking about this trash, these perps that are just contracted to disorient you as a target individual to think you're not being manipulated. And I have no problem putting that in their faces. They can slam all the doors at this ineffective tactic now. Target individuals, stay strong. You're a test subject who's being rewired. If you deal with this V2K synthetic telepathy. Not all target individuals deal with this, but a lot of us are. You are a test subject. The trash around me who tell me who are framing me want me to identify with these experiences that they think I should not think that I'm being manipulated to experience that. Never gonna happen. I'll talk, I'll say these things in a million ways. Because I know When you say this thing out loud, they come back down.